In the book, so I believe we are now finally ready to start round 2 at some point. And we'll be getting some new teams on stage and some new people off stage as well. But we're here at Riptide, and this is the third LAN event of the year. Low Tide City happened a little bit earlier in the year, back in May. Shine just concluded a couple of weeks ago. So this is going to be a little bit, it is a little bit of a different venue from what the other two had to offer. At Low Tide City and Shine, everybody was in one room with the Smash players. The cool thing about Riptide here is that we got our own little private space. It's like we're having a giant family reunion in one of these spaces here.
Right.
But the difference is it's a lot less quieter. It's a lot more, there's a lot less chaos going on. I mean, literally somebody's screaming right now to get people set up.
That's just the TO. That's what they do.
But
that's what we do.
It's a lot easier to communicate with your teammates when the headsets are all working. But there's, you know, the crowd noises, especially like if you were watching Low Tide City, you were hearing crowd nonstop, and you're like, oh wow, the crowd's really hype.
Crazy.
And you're like, no, they're Smash players.
It's just Melee down the corner. Yeah, there's ups and downs.
Mango's on stream. That's what's happening.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of opinions about it. Personally, I love Smash Bros. That's where I come from, and I've come into Splatoon from it. So Smash crowd hype is where I come from.
Oh, yeah.
And I love it. I want more of that in Splatoon, but a lot more people kind of get a little annoyed by it, sharing the space with those people. So, you know,
the
it's
thing
nice to have
is,
their own room.
with Smash, you don't need you're playing by yourself unless you're doing doubles. But here, you need to talk
to be
to
locked
each other.
in. You need to be locked in, not only with the game, but with everyone right beside you.
It's hard to lock out people mentally around you. And, yeah, when there's that extra, just somebody popped off on stage while you're listening to the call-outs your teammates are giving you, can cause a little bit of issues. But that doesn't – this is a completely different environment here. It's a lot – again, when everything's working, you can hear your teammates a lot better. You know, when people are cheering, they're cheering for something that's happening directly in front of you.
Right.
And it's not like, oh, what happened over there? So, yeah, the environment here is nice. Not that there was anything, you know, we had fun at Low Tide City. Obviously, my wife went to Shine. But it's nice to have this kind of environment to show the contrast between all the other ones.
It's definitely a different environment. And Riptide's definitely one of the bigger events, which is why we get our own room. And not to say that the crowd isn't hype. We've heard the crowd going crazy, and it's only round 1. So I'm excited to see what the Top Cut brings. I was talking to one of the Smash TOs earlier, and he was just so interested. He was like, oh, yeah, when's Top Cut? I want to check out Splatoon 3 Finals. There's a lot of new excitement with this new game from people outside the community.
Yeah.
And if you're one of them, what you got to know right now is Splatoon's such a tight-knit, primarily online community. Almost everyone here knows each other. We might not recognize each other's faces, but a lot of people here know each other. So we just kind of visit, try to play for fun, but there's a lot of competitiveness alongside that too.
There's always going to be competitiveness for sure. But yeah, I always I remember last year just like Smash players just kind of wandering in, just kind of checking up on things. But now, obviously with the game coming out today, there's going to be more people just coming in just to see what the new game is about. And fair enough, I like to go over to the Smash side a lot and just walk around.
Oh, I'm so excited to watch Melee Finals. You can't beat that. It's probably peak esports for me personally.
Yeah. Melee's always exciting, as is the whatever teams are going to be in the finals of this one here. So did I see that right? It's going to be Powerpuff Squids taking on Rolling Squids, or okay, so Rolling Squids got their work cut out for them here, but we'll see what they can, what kind of bag of tricks they might be having. Maybe they've been using some weapons that some people weren't expecting to be pretty good. Clash Blaster was busted out in the last set.
Yeah.
But Powerpuff Squids looked really strong in that last set that we saw them play. This makes me curious. Nonfiction is also in this group as well.
I guess I haven't checked who's in what group, but yeah.
Well, or I guess the pool that we have in general. I guess not all the teams that I saw on the sheet are in the same pool. They're just playing at the same time.
Right.
So I saw Nonfiction was floating around. So if they were in the same group as Lemons or something like that, that would be a tough match to display here. But we are officially going to round 2. So we are going to see some new maps rearing their ugly head, including everyone's favorite, new favorite map,
New favorite.
Clan Blitz at Mincemeat Metalworks.
Right. I was telling Popgun earlier. So we saw this at the Nintendo event at PAX.
That was a great match.
It was a great match. Very close Clan Blitz set.
Defensive match.
Problem is, the goal's a little close to the enemy spawn, and when you shoot into your respawn point, and with the armor, it can be kind of hard to push near the goal. But a lot of people were saying we should ban the map based on that one.
It's just one game. Those as strong as those players are and are going to be in competitive Splatoon, they're still figuring out things just like everybody else is. Now, I'm not sitting here I'm not like a mincemeat supporter or anything like that.
No.
I don't know.
It's probably my
about
favorite
this
map personally, but
you
I barely
can't
played the
just-
game, so don't listen to me.
Yeah, you can't just do one game that you saw at PAX and be like, oh, nope, they didn't score. That means it's a bad map. No, it's for figuring things out. They
Right,
didn't
and
know how to ultimately score.
It is something to keep in mind that the goal is really close to the enemy spawn. That's still a thing you got to keep in mind.
Yeah.
So once you get a wipeout, and you better hope there's no tacticalers. Once you get a wipeout, you gotta
Oh,
go.
There's definitely going to be tacticalers there for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
But again, I mean, that PAX game, I think that was just more of an issue of them not knowing where to score from.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, it seemed like most of the time they were trying to go down mid, which against Jackpot, it's hard to do when .Q is just lasering down the entire area.
Right.
But I think it was towards the end there where they started flanking some guys around that right side. So there's more paths to get there. I mean, yeah, you're talking about people spawning back in and defending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and maybe that makes for people complain about Piranha Pit Clan Blitz a lot, even though we still use it all the time. And that's a map where spawn is a little bit awkward compared to where your basket is. It's a little bit easier to lock people out. So maybe the change of location makes it a little bit more even. It makes popping the basket but getting a lot of points out a little bit more difficult, and maybe it cuts down on the snowball effect that we've seen in some Clan Blitz maps in Splatoon 2. So again, we're not saying one way or the other. For all we know, these maps could be horrible. They really could be. But we still got to play them and figure that out on our own.
We have to learn. It's all about growing pains here. That's why we're running every single map mode. And again, there's only 12 maps, so it's fine. We can run all 12. And if they add more maps, we can start slimming down that map pool, just like we did for Splatoon 2. But right now, let's try them out. Let's have fun right now.
Mincemeat Metalworks. Clan Blitz. Mincemeat.
Mincemeat.
I'm more excited about Game 2, seeing Mahi Resort.
Well, yeah,
Mahi.
speaking of disliked maps, I said Hammerhead was controversial. People really did not like what they did to Mahi Mahi.
Didn't like what they did to it?
They slimmed it down. It's a very small map, at least on turf. Maybe Zones is a little more spacious, but yeah.
And that's why when everybody wants Flounder Heights to come back, you don't.
They shrunk.
Wait till you see what they
Flounder.
do.
They squished it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with that, but can't complain too hard.
Well, I mean, look, Splatoon 1, it's obvious looking at Splatoon 1 into Splatoon 2 that Nintendo recognized how to make maps for their game.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see the adjustments from the Splatoon 1 maps into Splatoon 3, they realize, oh, okay, maybe we shouldn't have made this giant bridge that you can only walk across in Hammerhead with the Rainmaker. Maybe we should change that a little bit. What was that map? The Game 3 map? No. Tower Control, Hagglefish Market.
Right.
That has a lot of main stage.
It's very similar to main stage.
Yeah.
It's a lot more flank heavy. At least that's what I'm guessing. The flanks are gonna be a lot more common on there.
But it's flanks without the catwalk, so it's not
there's
just
no
splatlings
catwalks.
That can
They're
run
whole
there.
area of the map. So, and it's a lot less raised. So it's a little less awkward to play on. I like it quite a bit. It's probably one of my favorites so far.
So I personally like the adjustments that the Splatoon 1 maps made. I think they're, they might not be nostalgic for some people, but I think they're more appropriate for how Splatoon is actually played, unless they're not. So I think we're just waiting on more players to join into the lobby, which, we're going to get really good at joining lobbies.
We better.
We're going to get really good at it. A lot of practice across the board. And there's a lot of people in this room. There might not be a lot of people sitting down and watching the main stream right now, which, of course, is going to be the action when you have We have more stations than we did last year. I think we have 6 stations for competitive and 2 friendly stations.
As far as I know, it's only 5 competitive stations, but yes, there are 2 dedicated friendly stations.
Yes, 5
because
and
we
2.
hit a registration goal. So the venue kindly provided us some extra equipment to set that up. So yeah, a lot of people are able just to play a little Splat 3 all weekend, even though we run Splatoon 2 for Saturday and Sunday.
And we didn't have any friendly stations at all last year.
Not last year. So yeah.
Just the extra space to use around. And yeah, I'm assuming, even though we're going back to Splatoon 2 tomorrow, most of those friendly stations are going to be Splatoon 3. And can you play? Can you play like online at any of those stations? Do you know? Have you tried? I think I saw some Anarchy battles.
I've seen some people play ranked. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's like. Oh, it's not called ranked anymore. But I don't even know if anyone's like actually like connecting to LAN mode. I think a lot of people's teams just are kind of out getting lunch back when before I was in this commentary booth. A lot of people are just getting lunch, so it was just a lot of just +1s randomly playing ranked or Anarchy. My bad. I gotta really get that in my head.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on, we know what it is.
No, you don't.
It's
we got new people coming in. They're gonna hear ranked mode, and they're gonna be like,
oh. And by the way, hello to all the people that are watching this, just going on Twitch and looking for Splatoon 3. Yes, we are doing a tournament at launch day. We are like that.
Yes, it is in person.
It is in person. No, we didn't plan for this to happen. Riptide was set up long before we knew what the release date was. It's just the miracle that we get to be here today at launch day, enjoying this all together, unless we're not.
I am.
You're enjoying. Yeah, we're enjoying it now. I'm enjoying it because I'm not playing. I get to figure it out. I get to figure it out from the safe distance.
I'm here
just watching all of this
I'm
stuff.
just here to observe and help out a little bit. We'll see what happens.
That's the real way to win.
I'm glad I'm in here during the round 1 growing pains though. It seems like there are a lot of issues out there.
Well, there always is.
I'm glad I'm not helping.
There's oh yeah.
And I can just complain about it with you right here.
Look at this idiot's trying to set up.
Oh, Vincent's shaking. I'm sorry, Vincent.
It's always
everyone in the production table is so mad at me right now.
There are so many people across this venue that his hair is going to look closer to mine before this set is over, and I'm happy I'm not one of them. Yet. But that's going to be us when we're off. When we're off and we're ones help volunteering to do whatever. That's going to be us, and somebody else can just laugh at us. But hopefully all those issues will be done by then and we get through there.
Oh, we going or what? Like
I think it's more issues with people getting into the lobby. I see
one. My bad. It's just one. Yeah.
Somebody had airplane mode on or something.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to turn on that. Break all of your muscle memory, and then make it come back tomorrow.
But again, the cool thing is, while we're seeing that one player get into the lobby, the other ones get to warm up more. It's not like they're just sitting there staring at a purple screen the entire time. No, they get to warm up with each other.
Warm up with everyone.
With everybody.
Everyone can see what. Wait, can they see what weapon you're rolling with?
Oh, I didn't.
No, it would be your last played weapon because I bet when you queue up in teams, they would get rid of the other team.
Yeah, it wouldn't show you what your opponent's going to. That would be.
What if? Oh, my goodness. That'd be funny.
Then you'd have people
like. You can see down there.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the weapon Lappy was using.
But
again, those are all teammates. Those are all teammates. They don't see the enemy. I don't see the enemy team on this.
Well,
no, there's a rolling squid pit player.
The game doesn't know yet. Oh, my gosh. It might spoil what weapon you're using.
That would be bad.
That's the meta. No, you can't. We cannot touch that. That's just how the meta is. That's just how the game is now.
You know, people are going to come into help desk on online tournaments. They saw what weapon I was and then left the lobby and changed their weapon. It's like, yeah. Well,
you don't have to leave. You can just equip a new one after. It's a mind game.
People just constantly switching back and forth between weapons until they settle on one that they're actually going to use there. It's just weird seeing people swim through ink that's not even there. That's what
it's weird seeing people move at 2 FPS. Be honest.
This is going to be a fun game. I'm excited about the future of competitive Splatoon. I really am. It's not just because we're hitting the reset button and we're starting all over, but just new things. And I don't think anybody up on that stage right now is excited about it.
I don't think anyone on that stage right now has any thoughts going through their head. I mean, look how much they're spending.
Okay, so that what we're seeing what we're seeing on the stream right now, again, is just the lobby that, from somebody's perspective there.
Right.
It shows
yeah.
all 8 players. No, wait, one of them is the
Well,
streamer.
yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, we have 2 cams set up because apparently spectator cam does not show you the match results screen. So we've wired in one of the player cams to check that out.
We got all kinds of cameras here. No reaction will go unrecorded here at Riptide. Now that IPL is a part of this sucker.
Yes,
Hi.
all us.
Hi,
It's
Mothman.
not. It's not
Nice to
about
see you.
level 1
Yeah.
donating us any equipment. No.
A lot. Well, I mean, yeah, it's definitely not just like IPL 100%. There's
It's
a
not
lot of
100%.
collaboration
the TOing,
efforts to go
production,
into
and
this.
a lot of the work that went in behind the
A
scenes.
lot of volunteers from the community as well. It's always a group effort to getting these things going here, and a group effort to getting people into the lobbies. As we
The
constantly
greatest
do.
volunteers, Nick and K-Bot, still trying to figure out what they're doing.
Pool captain Nick,
Pool
the
captain Nick.
captain of the entire pool, as we get the great shot. Hey, there's us in the background as well. I don't like
hello.
how shiny my head is, but so be it.
That's
Not
just
much
how
I
it
can
is.
do about that.
Let's hope no one hits the gritty across that camera again.
What, did that happen earlier? or
It was
something?
by Soren. I told him we would do it together, but I'm here and he's out there, so he did it without me. Maybe next time.
Solo gritty and
Solo gritty. That's so sad.
yep.
Yep.
Predictions have come in. Rolling Squid, is that correct? Rolling,
Rolling
Squids or a
Guys,
hefty
did you
favorite?
not see the last set? I mean,
Well-
not to discount Rolling Squids, but did you not see the last set?
Maybe some people saw Rolling Squids off stage and.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe people are here or tuning in.
But you know what? Speaking of Rolling Squids, there's a lot of low ink representation at Riptide this entire weekend. Marine Melody is here.
Yeah, I met him at breakfast.
You did? Oh, so
Yes.
Where'd you go to breakfast?
I was just here eating.
At
Probably,
the buffet place or whatever.
at the Starbucks here.
Oh, I gotcha.
Eating, drinking, and eating my $8 croissants.
They're good. Hey, I've had the burger.
I've been told do not get the burgers. I heard they're good, but they're expensive.
Oh, they're good. They're worth the price.
Oh,
for
are they?
sure.
Okay, maybe I'll have to.
But Marine Melody's here. Access denied.
Denied's here.
Like it's. I think a couple of players from the actual Access Denied roster, but still Access Denied players are here.
I got to give them a gift. If you're an Access Denied player who isn't here, let them know. Come see me. Or Popgun. We got gifts for you.
We do. We got gifts for
If
some
you are
people.
banned from Loink and you are here at Riptide, which is about 1% of the viewership here, come visit either of us.
And if you are not banned from Loink, you should go ahead and sign up for it right now.
Loink.iplabs.inc to play in the best tournament that is next weekend.
The first
and
ever.
for new and lower level. We're not the only tournament running
Our
that day.
first ever. We can no longer say that you can sign up for a tournament for a game that doesn't exist.
It's
the
out
game
now.
exists now,
Right.
so yeah, you don't have an excuse. And if you signed up for the tournament early, make sure you go buy a copy of the game. You know you're not playing Splatoon 2. You are definitely playing Splatoon 3, so make sure you actually have the right game.
I am full doomsday prepping for this tournament right now. Like I'm expecting people to come and be like, "Oh, I thought it was Splatoon 2. My bad." And like I am prepping every single possible scenario right now, and I know I'm gonna miss a couple.
Just looking at over some other low ink teams. The team that just won low ink,
Yes.
Inked Killers, aka Inked and Squid Killers, has some representation in this. I don't know if they're playing Splatoon 3 or not, but their players are here. They're combined with the Outcast Ninjas. And I think another team as well. So it's the Inked Cast Killers that's going to be playing there. But the Low Ink champions, we definitely got to give them the sticker because they just won Low Ink, so they're 100% banned from it.
Yes,
here.
it's a sticker. Not the sticker I posted on Twitter. Maybe I didn't. But
I didn't see what
I have
sticker.
not. We didn't reveal design. You'll just have to see what it looks like some other day.
Bitterling is here as well.
Bitterling from Falco Flyer.
Falco Flyers team. Their full squad is playing here. They played in Low Ink. Made Gamma Bracket back in May. So yeah, a lot of low ink, not just pickups, but actual legit teams. We talked about the Rolling Squids. I think they made a gamma bracket recently as well. Marine Melody, who you said you ate a croissant with
Yes.
earlier. How were they? Were they excited about playing?
They seemed
today?
excited. Yeah.
They're playing Splatoon 3. They're playing probably off stage right now in one of these events.
Probably.
No Name Brand plays in low ink as well.
Kinda.
But
Not
not
as
the,
often.
not the players we just saw. There was a little bit
Is
of
a different one?
Like Pace Cats. And,
Right. Yeah.
Rising Hope. To some extent, Rise and Trogdon.
Rising
Hope.
I
So
didn't
like
know they're here.
Shmeeb and Aquatic Amp Vanguard players, Pock, Twig, Dynamite as well.
Former winners Red Sun also.
Former winners, Red Sun.
Salted Fiction. 2 combined former winners. It's been a while.
That's
That was
high-ink
my
play.
team back
Oh,
when I
Splatter
won.
Swim.
Splatter Swim.
Splatter Swim.
Not swim or sink. Splatter Swim. They're different.
Splat or Swim.
Yeah, I'm excited to see
low
them.
ink
Come
champions
see
as
us if
well.
you're watching. Come visit us. Not now.
Actually, low ink has been going on for so long
For real.
that as I'm just looking over the players that are playing this entire weekend, I can be like, oh, I remember when this player was in low ink. Mizuno and Aster, I remember when they were playing in low ink. The players that are long banned, it's like Devi from the Grillers, like I remember that. Thimbo IHOP.
Thembo IHOP also had breakfast with them. They were there, not breakfast at IHOP, breakfast with IHOP.
Breakfast with
It's always good to see 'em.
IHOP. Hey, there is clapping going on stage. Vincent has their hands
Vincent's
thrown
just-
up in the air, so that could either mean
Good
that
or
this
bad.
is a good thing,
Is
or
this
we've
good or
all
bad?
just given up.
Give me a thumbs up, Vincent.
We are
Give me a
going
sign.
on
Okay, someone else give me a thumbs up.
to round 2.
Let's do it.
Slipping our way into that. Powerpuff Squids taking on the Rolling Squids, and you guys better just ready up. What do you have to look over? You should know
you
what your
don't.
comp is right now.
You-
Come on,
you don't
let's
need to warm
let's
up.
get going here.
I s-
Powerpuff Squids looking very good in their 2-1 loss to Lemons, who is a strong team in their own right. But
It's weird to look good after a loss, but it was
Yes.
close. It was very close.
Yes, Rolling Squid. It's fair to say Rolling Squid is the underdog here, but again, it's a new game, and if you find the right kind of strategy, you can find a way to be just as effective. So, Rolling Squids, the underdog, but we thought Powerpuff Squids was a heavy underdog earlier as well.
Right.
New game, we're resetting. Well, no, I shouldn't say that because
Not
then
resetting
banned
it.
people are going to try to get in low ink. That's not resetting.
That's happened already.
And the crowd's behind Rolling Squids. Look at that, 64%.
Yes.
Rolling Squids is going to walk off the stage with a victory.
The fan favorite, if you will.
Technically, yeah. Well, Rolling Squids is an
Quite
actual
literally.
team.
Yes,
Powerpuffs is a
yes,
pickup.
that's a big factor. They've been around. You see these people on the online tournaments. I'm going to be honest, I don't know who Powerpuff Squids is, but last set they looked good, so can't complain.
And you know what? Toasty is very experienced playing in LAN settings in general.
Right.
With tournaments.
Right.
At Purdue.
Yeah, big
So-
advantage there, I guess.
What is this? This is mincemeat? Clams?
This is Mincemeat Metalworks Clam Blitz, and one of the players is missing.
You got to be kidding me.
Let's talk about that chainsaw. It's not a chainsaw, it's the roller stamper.
And you know what? It's not the player that was having issues, because I'm looking at that monitor. That player's in the game, I think, from what I'm looking at there. So
Well,
So it's not
they
that-
seem to agree. Well, not agree who to pass the claim to, but they seem to agree they got a KO. And let's listen
Look,
to this
there-
wonderful song.
we don't have DC rules in
This
LAN.
is
What
this
do you
is toxic song.
mean?
this
No,
is
don't
so
start.
insulting.
Don't start. Don't
No,
start
no, no.
that.
The song on the
I
Clam
know
Blitz.
it's not.
Like
close.
imagine getting pushed and that's playing in your ears. That is just so insulting.
It's
That's mentally draining.
it's a curious decision to add the little music into the
I love
thing.
it. No, it is just mental.
Oh yeah, it's either the sound of defeat or the sound of victory.
It really is. They somehow crossed the line between both, and here we go with the pose again. Wow, what a flex.
There we go.
Wow. I don't even know how you unlock that. If for all I know, it could be the easiest thing in the world.
Who knows? But there you go. And the stalling
for
continues.
the record, there are no DC rules, but that is still not a win.
You know what? People complaining how hard it is to score on mincemeat. It wasn't that difficult right there.
It looked really easy to me.
0 to 100 real quick.
That was the fastest game I've ever seen.
So obviously some more technical issues to figure out to try to get some players back into the lobby. But, you know, we'll always find a way to prevail and figure everything out here at some point.
Not unless we don't.
Unless we don't. And if we don't, then you and me are just going to keep talking until
maybe it is
end of the universe.
Claims' fault. Maybe we do got to get rid of it.
Oh, you think it's mincemeat that's causing the issue? All right, fine.
Right.
Fine,
We're getting rid of it. It's gone.
I don't care.
And it's an IPL land, so yeah, whatever I say goes.
Whoa, hold on. Don't bring up IPL when something bad is happening. We got to point the finger at somewhere else.
This is actually, who is it?
It's K-Bot was on stage.
It is K-Bot's fault. It's K-Bot's fault, yeah.
Take the L with that.
K-Bot's technically not affiliated with the IPL. Anything he says, we don't condone.
So there we go.
Nor recommend.
You know, usually when issues like that, it's usually like that happened a lot at Low Tide City, but we found out it was just like one bad cable that needed to be replaced. Like it's okay, so it's probably just one thing. The problem is there's like 50 different one things to check through.
Right.
And you gotta like, okay, put it all together. Nope, this combo doesn't work. Let's try this combination. That didn't work. All right, well, okay, now it's doing this, so that got fixed, but the other thing didn't. So it's what did Inky call it yesterday? Human adult Legos.
Adult Legos. That's technically a term IT likes to use. Any sort of IT worker.
Yeah.
Adult Legos. You'd be surprised at LTC last year. There was just a dock. There was an entire dock. We replaced every single cable out of it. The dock just wouldn't connect to the Ethernet.
It was. I think it was just a bad cable. Eventually, what got fixed is I was part of the technical crew trying to fix it, and you know that's a problem when I'm the technical crew. And it looks like the game has started back up. Are all 8 players in the lobby? Is the question? No. The answer is no.
The answer is no.
And it's still the same kind of situation from the Rolling Squid there, but there you go. If you wanted to see mincemeat again and a free opportunity to listen to the goofy music that plays when the pedestal gets popped, well, you're in luck there. Welcome to Splatoon 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Happy to be here.
I am happy to be here as well.
Well, I guess we can go over some of the Clam Blitz changes. Again, if you're not too familiar, Clam Blitz is a mode where collect 8 clams that are spawned throughout the map, and once you get 8 clams, you get a power clam, which lets you break the barrier. And once the barrier is broken, you can throw the little clams in to score. Little bit complicated, but the more you watch, it'll start to click with you.
So yeah, it's what, 3 clam? No. Okay, so 4 clams usually spawn, but now 3 do.
3 clams spawn in a group throughout the map.
And 8 makes a power, not
8
10.
makes a power.
So it's not this, you can pick up 2 clusters. You still have to go to 3 different clusters to make a power. Any ideas why they made that change? It just so it's easier to more difficult to score or something like that? My
guess is they made it 8 to make the game a little fast-paced, because in Splatoon 2, there was often a lot of matches where neither team could really get a lot of power claims in. It was a lot harder to just kind of initiate a push because it was a lot slower to get a power claim. But now that it's 8, it should, in theory, be a little faster.
And, you know, it's also this before, like, having 7 clams thrown into the basket was more valuable technically than throwing a power, because throwing a power is 20, but each clam is 3, so 7 was 21. So it made more sense not to make a power, but to hold on to the 9 clams, because then you get a lot more. So maybe that's the mindset of like.
That might be it, because power clams still score 20.
Yes.
Right.
Now 7 will get you like 1 additional point, but it's way slower to throw in 7 than just 1 power. So maybe that's the mindset, is to encourage players to throw in power clams and to make more power clams rather than just hold on to like 9 or 8 and then just lose them. So maybe that's the mindset behind it. There has to be some sort of obvious, like, technical reason why Nintendo made that change. But that is the main change, other than the little like ice cream truck jingle that goes on where you pop the basket.
Yeah. I don't even know what you call it. I guess ice cream truck jingle works.
Ice cream truck jingle.
The comp scene will eventually dub what it's called. I hope. It needs a name.
Are we sticking with tactical, or I keep calling it juice and
Juice. Okay, there's a lot of names.
Chug Jug.
Chug Jug's what I go with.
Yeah.
Because I play a lot of Fortnite. And, you got juice. You got soda. It was one of them. That's one of them.
Yeah. That is one of them.
That's
for sure.
what I like is there's a lot of
I like
call-outs
juice.
going
All right,
around.
Look, I like juice. And
I do actually call it Chug Jug. Devin's speaking in my ear. Yes, I do.
Robots in the head. So still some updates. I think we're still just trying to mix and match some other stuff going here. It's the perfect transition. Trying to find the right combination to get that final player into the lobby. And shout outs to our pool captain, Nick, who is doing everything humanly possible to try to get whatever fixed that's broken.
You know Nick from SAC, and very valuable to you in this scene. Good to see him here. But yeah, just a lot of figuring stuff out. It's figuring stuff out the hard way. I've said that a lot today, but there is just no answer to this. It's all about just changing every single possible variable until something works. You can see Vincent pulling out his hair. Please don't pull out your hair, Vincent.
Hang in there, buddy.
Hang in there.
It's round one. Oh, no, we're round two.
It's round two.
We still got
round two.
3 other pools that we got to get through.
Yeah.
Well, that's the annoying thing, is that this is probably going to slow down some other stuff.
Oh, for sure. But hopefully it fixes Splatoon 2, and that can go smoothly.
Well, like I said, we tried out everything with Splatoon 2 in mind yesterday, because we couldn't practice with Splatoon 3 stuff because we didn't have access to that. So Splatoon 2 should be smooth going through tomorrow, but I mean it's just the fun of doing a LAN. And again,
I don't know if this is fun, but I'm having fun right here.
You know what? It's part of the fun is socializing, and we do see a lot of socializing going on. A lot of people having good times, and that's really what it's about. Is everybody coming to this event and have the good. Now, if you're stuck on stage, waiting for somebody to come and fix all the equipment on there so that you can get it into the lobby, it's not that fun. But everybody else seems to be having a good time. There's a lot of people. I like seeing the people huddled around some of the sets in the back,
right,
just like watching other. You know, I don't know about you, but I don't have a problem with people watching my team when I'm playing at a station.
Some people do.
Some people do.
And you just got to be supportive of it. You know, some people just can't handle a kind of crowd or a lot of noise like that. And a lot of people just aren't used to that, especially in a competitive environment. People get a little picky about it. You just got to respect it. But there's a lot of hype moments where a lot of people will crowd around behind a set back there. And unfortunately, you know, this is the drawback with the LAN. You just don't see a lot of these sets recorded.
Yeah.
A lot of them are recorded with a phone. So a lot of these are lost with time.
So if you're standing around a set and you're watching it, you are
the
only person who gets to see that particular match ever. It's oral history.
You
from
could
that
lie.
Point.
You could totally lie about it.
You can lie about your KAs as well.
Yeah,
so.
I heard,
lost, but I got a 30 bomb. So
I heard there was like a 35-0. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you hear?
And
oh, wow.
Look
at that. That's 9 players.
Whew, that is.
Hey, let's go ahead and ready up. Maybe?
Possibly.
I don't know.
Well, I think our streamer is the person who went up there to try to fix everything.
Oh, I got the hold on 1 second.
Well, I mean,
my bad.
I think they're just trying to see if they can stay in the actual training room for a little bit. But there we go. Plan G.
There we go.
To see if we can get some mincemeat clams going here. I see 4 rolling squid players. I see 4 Powerpuff Squid players.
Crowd has never been more excited.
They're still there.
People.
They're still there. Let's go.
And once again, we're seeing Lappy return with the range blaster. Mothman choosing to use the stamper? I forgot what it's called. I think it's called the chainsaw. It's not a chainsaw, Popgun. It is a stamper. Nintendo would never.
That is a Jason chainsaw if I ever saw one. That's also a Respawn Punisher charger coming out from the side of Rolling Squids.
And yeah, what you gotta keep in mind is Respawn Punisher pretty much invalidates the Respawn boost of the tactic cooler.
And if you are chug jugging as well with the respawn Punisher, it like helps you come back. Like the penalty from a respawn isn't that bad. As we see Rolling Squids coming out throwing the first punch, and they got control of mid here against the Powerpuff Squids.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest, Popgun, I'm not sure what the roller stamper's good at, or we're just gonna have to see what it's good at.
I literally have not
know.
seen it until now. I think I've seen a clip on Twitter of it, but I've never seen it.
As far as I know, it's just a little slower. I don't know what else is different about it though. But yeah, we got Rolling Squids all juiced up with the chug jug. I regretted every second of that sentence. And the ink pack's gonna not be super effective. I don't know what's happening.
That is a respawn Punisher, so Dan is gone for a good chunk of time, and their special isn't going to come back as quickly, so you're not going to see Crab Tank as well. So every splat that Yoom gets with that respawn Punisher charger is going to be critical, and I think we're going to see a lot more RP, especially on anchor players specifically, who are going to do a better job of staying alive, especially with that vacuum that they've been using to protect themselves as well.
If you're just tuning in, remember, we mentioned it's really hard to get a goal here because, look, they respawn right there. Not only respawn, but they also respawn with ink armor. So if you didn't like armor in Splatoon 2, you probably won't like this spot right here.
What a great play.
And this is such a good ink pack. Gonna get that final shot, and oh, that's a lot of break. But playing the carousel theme of the clam basket, we're still figuring out a name for that. Gonna get down to 77 points, which is 1 power clam and 1 clam. Not a substantial push, but you know, on this map.
A substantial push. That is an offensive explosion from the Rolling Squids.
All right.
That's a winnable score from what we've seen, especially with how well they've been playing.
With the 3 games on here we've ever seen on stream.
And Rolling Squids have been doing a great job of controlling mid, unless they don't. 2 players instantly go down. But as long as Yoom's still alive, if you can get 1 splat here, that's easier said than done. Mothman goes down. There's another one. And both of those respawn Punishers, a triple.
Wow.
All of them are going to be gone for a good chunk of time. Even though they give a bleed, there's a great opportunity here for the Rolling Squids to push up. Yoom making a statement on the defensive side.
Yeah, Rolling Squids has an opportunity to get mid control back, build up the specials, get the clams they need to make a push. And it's not going to be hard to outdo the score. The score is really close, but again, it's just so hard to score on this map, especially with the armor when you return from spawn. The sniper on the side of Rolling Squids is going to be a respawn punish. It's going to be a really scary threat.
Oh, I don't think the Rolling Squids recognize this player. Finally, somebody on the splat lane turns around and looks to the right side, recognizing somebody was trying to flank around that right side as the mini gets taken down to mid. But once again, who's the last player left alive? Oh, well, that changes things now. And this is an opportunity for the Powerpuff Squids to do some serious damage on this map as Jason jumps in with the chainsaw.
Yeah, the pressure here is insane. Throwing a lot of clams in. A lot of good teamwork. You know, that seems to be the play. Just have one really aggressive player up there, just doing a lot of shots, providing a lot of pain, and just throw the clams to them. But down to 14 points until the wipeout finally occurs on Powerpuff Squids 2. Rolling Squids, once again, has another opportunity to get the mid-control they need and make the push they need with the last minute.
The defense finally cracks in the dam burst as the Powerpuff Squids put up a hefty lead onto the Rolling Squid side of the map. And now we see a player trying to slip through there. And that's kind of the tricky thing. They probably felt they had a safe opportunity there as they feed the vacuum. Oh, and the shot goes a little bit too far behind, but 2 players instantly go down. But again, they're trying to force it over that bridge, and nobody's trying to flank around that right side, so it's a little bit easier to defend, even when you're in a 2v4 situation.
And the hammer here, not going to do too much. You know, it's a bit of we're a bit up in the air on whether hammer functions or not. We saw some teams earlier thinking good use of it, but right there, not looking too great. Powerpuff Squids here just doing such a good job with such a both offensive defense, which is kind of weird. They're doing such a good job just maneuvering around the map, getting the targets they need to pick.
Yeah, a lot of nice splats there by Squeak. And this vacuum trying to just create some space for Rolling Squids to work with. As they've been able to control mid for a good chunk of time, but they're really lacking in offense and don't really have anybody flank around. One of those in-taps need to go, and that's exactly what Toasty's trying to do. Take it on Squeak, 1v1. Can they pop the basket for overtime ends? The overtime timer says yes, and the basket's popped. It's a 2v2 situation. They're going to need to get some splats and find some more clams. And that the in-tap player, the last one left alive, gets taken care of. a valiant effort by the Rolling Squids, but Powerpuff's offense just a little too much to overcome in the end.
I really like that flank in the end there. I mean, I don't think
they needed to do more of that. But
right.
I
mean, I think it's growing pains because I think in that moment they were like, oh my gosh, wait, we can flank on this map this whole time. And no one really knows what this map mode looks like unless you really studied a stream here, but I don't think anyone's doing that right yet.
So both teams keep trying to go across that gate area, and there's that giant wall there, so it gives you the illusion that, oh, it's just wide open. I can just go in and score, not recognizing there's somebody just camping behind that wall, shutting you down every time.
Right.
So, but again, if you have somebody flanking around that right side, attack. It's just like any other clan blitz in Splatoon 2. You attack from multiple angles. You draw people's attention away from just that one catwalk area, and you got more room to work with. So again, it's like you said, growing pains. That's kind of the perfect thing there. But Rolling Squid's comp in general, the more I looked at it, so yes, they're doing Respawn Punisher Charger, which I think is the smart play, and they're doing double juice. Double chug jug, if you will, to make sure that their Charger player has juice so that when they die, they come back quicker. They're not being punished with respawn as much either.
It goes both ways.
But they also paired it with the Mini, which we haven't seen much of. But again, in Splatoon 2, that would be considered a very passive comp. No true, you got front lines with inzaps, but no pure slaying weapons.
Slaying power.
So that's why they were doing so good defensively. Especially when Yum was up alive, but when they needed to push up, just those inzaps that had to do it, and the only specials they had to push up with was Chug Jug.
Yeah, next up, Splatzone's Mahi Mahi, which we haven't seen yet, so I'm going to be honest, I don't know what this looks like.
Mahi Mahi.
Mahi Mahi. I'm glad that's back. For real.
I'm just going to call it, what's the resort, right?
The resort.
Everyone
calls it Mahi Mahi.
Yeah.
You did that.
Mahi, but I'm pretty sure I'm not saying it right. Resorts. Game 2, best of. So potential tournament-ending set here. Rolling Squid showing a lot of fight, and that is the Nautilus with point sensor and rain, as opposed to the Mini. So there you go. Maybe not the Slayer kit you want on a Nautilus, but it's still a more aggressive weapon. And Yum sticking with that's the E-leader this time around. So no more vacuum.
Yes, a lot of range, a lot of pressure, but it comes with cost. It's a slower weapon. And if you're new here, just checking out Splatoon 3, all you have to do with this objective is paint that square in the middle. As long as it's painted, you're gaining points.
Easy in theory, difficult to pull off in actuality. But right now, the Nautilus and the Rolling Squids doing a good job of keeping players around until is this Dan that we're viewing here on this pro? It is. Because I saw the little point sensor dart thing getting thrown around, the marker, the highlighter.
Which does damage. I don't think anyone's quite labbed it yet. I've used it a little in test fire, and it can be like kind of burst bomb where you can chain damage off.
Yeah, and it's like a frame one thing.
Wow!
That's a wipeout coming out, and that's going to be lead into the favor of the Powerpuff Squids. But yeah, that marker, I think it's got potential just because of how fast it is.
And I've been seeing a trend of competitive players spawn camping in Mahi Mahi Resort, but looks like it is going to be a permanent thing. Rolling Squid's doing a good job slowly getting back into it, but at least it's not a full-on spawn camp.
Man advantage is in the favor of the Rolling Squids, and Wavebreaker coming out right now.
Not sure they want to put it there.
Well, no, it still paints. Even it goes down and paints, so it's a good plot. But the problem is the Wavebreaker doesn't paint zone, so if it doesn't get any splats, it's not going to help you out at all. And nowhere really for the Rolling Squids to go is the Powerpuff Squids.
They were happy about that one.
2-0. To the Rolling Squids' credit, though, in both games, they took control. They won the opening in both games.
They showed up.
It's just the firepower of the Powerpuff Squids overcame him later on in the set.
Yes. Yeah, Powerpuff Squids showing up today. They had a really close set last time. Didn't quite win it, but here, 2-0, not bad. Especially against the Rolling Squids. Yeah,
and I'm excited to see Rolling Squids in the next low ink.
Right.
Because I feel like they're getting onto something with that double tactical comp combined with that Respawn Punisher Charger, which they used E-Leader that second game with the Wavebreaker right there. But still, a lot of good things to take away from that set for Rolling Squids. And hopefully one of the things that they would take away is that we were able to figure out how to keep everybody in the lobby.
Production kept that in mind. We'll write that down somewhere. I just want to mention, if it goes to show, We do have an entire table dedicated to bad equipment. That's just typically how lands go. We'll just, if something's broken, it goes on the table.
Because at Low Tide City,
Right.
we would grab something and change it out and use that thing, not realizing that thing that we grabbed was bad.
It was on the table because
so
it was
we
bad.
just kept using bad equipment
Right.
over and over
Right,
again.
we learned from our
so
mistakes.
I took a sticky note and I was like, this is the table to put bad stuff on. So when we find out something's not working, just stick it there and don't touch it again. So maybe that'll speed things up, but it looks like we got a combination of something that works. And one more round.